YouTube, what it is, it's your boy Gettin, and I'm back with another video, another Good Morning Drive edition episode. What is it? 62 we on? Yeah, let's get it. Today, I think it's going to be a really good show. We got a lot of great topics. We're actually talking about no gaming today. Uh, we're going to talk about the Giants draft. We're going to talk about the NFL humbling Shedeur Sanders. But did they? And we're going to talk about a movie review, a first time on the channel, a movie review of Sinners. Wow, a lot of great different subjects that we're going to talk about. We'll talk about whatever else that we may throw in there. Christian, what's going on? Good morning to you, sir. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for coming through. Yeah, so we're going to talk about that and probably more if you guys bring up any other topics that I feel inclined to talk about. So yeah, good morning to everyone out there. I hope you guys are feeling good today in New Jersey. If you are in New Jersey, should be a nice day. Should be a nice day just about everywhere. But if it's not, if you're not having a good day, just remember to think about the positives in your life. Always want to do well. You always want to strive to do well. And if everything is falling apart, try to find a positive in something. It definitely goes a long way, you know. And always be productive. Always self-criticize. Don't beat yourself up too much. We don't want that. Yeah, and everything will be Christian. How was your weekend, my good sir? Hope you had a good one. Definitely hope you had a great one. Yeah, so my weekend was all right. I worked. Had a My son had a birthday party to go to. You know, one of his little friends had a birthday, so they had fun. Um, I'm also seeing about some swim lessons for him. I used to, your boy's a fish, right? I'm a swimmer. You know what I mean? I used to lifeguard. I used to teach swim lessons. I used to do all that. Then COVID happened, and I found a little something better, and I just stuck with that. But yeah, I'm a fish, so I want to teach my son how to swim. But your boy ain't got a pool yet, yet. But yeah, so it's kind of hard to teach him. So that was great. Damn, you said fantastic. All right, in the chat, let us know how you did, man. Thank you guys for coming through. Please, when you come through, please hit that like. Subscribe if it's the first time to the channel. Your boy got all types of content coming at you. I got so many videos to work on. I might not even have time to work on all these videos, but I got a lot of content coming this week. I had videos last week that I didn't touch on. I might try to touch on this week because it's still relative. So hopefully so I'm about to start this when I get on the parkway. All right, cool. We back. What's going on? This is the first time. Bring it back. But anyway, Christian, nail on it. You cannot trust any kind of national mainstream media, but you can't really trust mainstream media when it comes to this coming to sports. And you're starting not to be able to pick are great or good or giving favorable opinions about them, about these young players. I believe just to get access to the organizations that they represent, the Giants, like whomever, these YouTube channels nowadays aren't necessarily telling the truth. Some tell the truth, but paint a very positive picture. Then these guys underperform. But, I don't know. They don't even go back to what they said before. They just think it doesn't even exist, And that's why I also talk about a movie review and Sinners first time. Just in case if you didn't see the showrunner or whatever, the stuff we'll be talking about today. Yeah, my Falcons did pass rush. We draft 2 top edges. Yep. Apparently we gave up too much for James Pierce. People just want to villainize the Falcons. Hey, listen, if See, that's what they say in the meantime. But when the Falcons start to produce, then they're going to act like they're the ones who said, oh, they should have drafted him. Or they won't even bring up the fact that they were dead wrong, right? That's how it goes. That's how it goes. It's up to other people to bring up what they said, and be like, hey, you guys was wrong on this. But it doesn't really happen in sports. It happens a lot in politics, but it don't really happen in sports. But maybe that'll change. I don't know. But yeah, so my Giants went through the draft, and if I was going to give the Giants a Giants, but and I'm a professional sports editor, uh, uh, you know, news person, but I do know my team. Anyway, if I was going to give them a draft grade, I would say at best, well, at best if everybody works out, right? But if they go how I'm seeing them go, about a C plus. You know, who we drafted? We drafted Abdul Carter. The whole United States of America sports think Abdul Carter is going to be the next Lawrence Taylor, right? He could if he's in the right system. But the Giants defense is not the right system for Abdul Carter. Why do I say that? Gadden, why do you say that about the Giants? This is why I say it. The defensive coordinator does not like to blitz. We already have two edge defenders, right? As soon as you put Abdul Carter in one of those places, we know what he's going to do. He's going to blitz. That's the best thing about Abdul Carter, is that he can pass rush, right? That's why he was drafted so early. That's why he was highly coveted, right? But with that being said, in my opinion, he's rather one-dimensional, meaning he has speed and he has an amazing bend to get around that edge, right? That's what he can do. That's what Abdul Carter could do. If we already have two edges, as soon as you put him on the edge, we know what he's doing, right? Because he does play around the field as well. If you play him at inside linebacker, which he did play in college, he did play inside linebacker. Then he switched him to the edge, and he did great, beautiful. But he wasn't so good as inside linebacker. He was good, but not the level of a top 3 pick, right? So our defensive coordinator doesn't like to blitz too much. He will send 4 to blitz, maybe even 5 sometimes. He did have a little uptake last year, but he doesn't like the blitz. He likes to play a zone, or primarily zone defense, almost a man defense. That's the defense he loves to play. That's the defense he knows. He's relying on his front 3, his nose tackle, defensive tackles, and outside linebackers, whichever side is playing, to stop the run. He does not like the blitz, right? With that being said, you put Abdul Carter in the mix, and everyone around him is lighter than light linebackers, right? Burns is a light guy. He's small, right? Not small as in play style, but he's a small player, right? He's not that heavy. Kayvon, again, light player, not a heavy player. These are edges in a 3-4. You got to have some weight to you, right? Because essentially you are like a defensive end, but you can be like a defensive end, but you can move like a linebacker. That's what 3-4s are good for. Unfortunately, the Giants' defensive ends / outside linebackers are light, okay? And the defensive tackles are not really that good. Our defensive tackles right now, we are all depth pieces. None of them are clear starters. None of them. Only Dexter Lawrence at nose tackle is a clear starter. If he's a clear starter only on that defensive line of those 3 guys, we're in trouble. And again, we're going to be in trouble. We don't even have depth at nose tackle, right? So I don't know. I really don't know. We're still gonna be very susceptible to the run. We're still gonna have issues stopping the run, because as soon as Dexter Lawrence comes out of the game to be subbed out, the offensive lines just push over the Giants and run up the gut. So it's gonna be tough. You know, we didn't address that in free agency really. We just got depth pieces at free agency. We did draft a defensive tackle, but he's more of a pass rusher. He's not an elite run defender. We need elite run defense on the defensive line. We did not draft that. All right, so we got Abdul Carter round one. Uh, Also in round one we get Jackson Dart, a project quarterback. Project quarterback does not constitute a first round draft pick. A project quarterback is second and third round. We give up our second round pick and our third round pick of this year and a future third round pick of this year to get Jackson Dart, a project quarterback. Not just a project quarterback, but he is also terrible closing out games. It's been 2 or 3 games, one major game that everybody saw, that he did not close out the game. Had the lead, coughed it up. Fumbles the ball, throws interceptions, throws terrible passes because the pressure got to him. With that being said, is that a good draft pick in the New York media? No. Even if you're winning, they try to put pressure on you. So what? They're just going to turn the other cheek and not put any pressure on this young man? He might turn into every game is the fourth quarter, because in college, they kiss your ass. Okay? In college, the media, everyone will kiss your ass. No one's kissing your ass in the Giants organization. Well, the media organization. Nobody's kissing your. You have a bad game. You're not starting when they think you should. Matter of fact, you throw a couple interceptions. They got a young quarterback. They're going to be like, oh, I think it might be time for Jackson Dart to start, because Russell Wilson, and we know what Jameis Winston is going to do. So why not just throw him in there? The Giants are, 3-7. Why not throw him out there? He still shouldn't play at 3-7. Jackson Dart should not play at 3-7. He needs to play. He needs to have a whole full year to develop mentally, and I don't even know if you can even get that out of him. I don't even know if you can get him coughing up the ball in the fourth quarter. I don't know if you can ever coach that out of him. Also, the Giants historically are always in close games. If you're always in close games and you need a clutch quarterback, he's a terrible fit for your team, for your organization. So that's two players, in my opinion, that fit may not be right. Hey, Jackson Dart might be a really good player. Abdul Carter is a phenomenal player, but they do not fit what the Giants are. But I give Jackson Dart some credit. He is a tough player. He is a competitor. He can throw the ball. He has NFL talent. He does. But is he going to fit? I don't know. And he's a first-round draft pick, and I don't know if he's going to fit with my Giants. Anyway, moving on. So we didn't have a second-round pick. Third round that we did have, we had another third-round pick. God dang, you driving fast, girl. Would you slow down? Ain't nowhere else to go. Anyway, so third round, we pick a defensive tackle, which I mentioned before. And then in the fourth round, I think we get a gem. Cam Skataboo. I had to say his last name right. Cam Skataboo. Listen, I think that boy is going to ball out. Oh, I think he's going to ball out. He looks good. That boy looked good. Yeah, I like his run style too. He's like a little shifty, but he likes to run through you. Run through you, boy. Yeah, I like that pick. Matter of fact, he's the only reason why I even give the Giants a C plus or C minus or whatever C I gave him. I give him that. That's a great draft pick. I think getting him at that value, great. I think he's good. And then our seventh round draft picks, we had 2 7th round draft picks. We get a tight end, a project tight end, where he has half the game locked down, right? He has half the game on lock, and because he is pass catching weapon, tight end, but really can't block too much. Another one, like, and we do have a lot of depth at tight end. So project tight end, and then a cornerback that I don't know about. And I did skip somebody. We did guard, which has really good skills. He's just weird, right? He has to get NFL strong. He wasn't even college strong per se, right? He needs a lot more strength. If you get his strength together along with his skill, that offensive guard is going to be a problem. He's offensive guard / tackle. He's a good depth piece because he played multiple positions on the offensive line. So he's good. Fine. So that's what I give the Giants grade. About a C. Their first 2 picks might work out. I don't know how he's going to get the mental side out of his brain to not panic in the 4th quarter. I don't know. Anyway, the Giants passed on Shedeur Sanders. I think, in retrospect, I think it might be a terrible move. The Browns drafted Shedeur Sanders. We're going to talk about how the NFL humbled or try to humble Shedeur, but I don't think you can humble a person like that because he's born with confidence. He built his confidence, and he's a hard worker. He knows what he does. So I don't think you could humble a guy like that. And the NFL, en masse, humbled Shedeur, passed up on Shedeur. They didn't look at his skill. They looked at a couple of interviews that he had, a couple of answers that he had, and was like, yeah, nah, we rather do politics over winning games. Politics over winning games. It's only some players they do major politics over winning games. They'll do some politics, like if it was another type of quarterback, they would have drafted Shedeur, or if it was another type of quarterback, they would have drafted him in the 2nd round, maybe the 3rd. But the 5th round, Shedeur gets drafted in the 5th round to a team that drafted a quarterback right before him. I forgot his name, but Oregon Junkyard Pitbull. Thanks, Christian, for sending me all these messages. But yeah, I couldn't see it today. My bad. I'll get to him towards the end of the video, though. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Christian, really, because he's the only one. Thank you, man. You sent me a whole bunch of comments, man. I'm gonna get to him, I promise. But yeah, you draft Shedeur in the 5th round. Right before him, you draft another quarterback, the Oregon quarterback. I think Shedeur is better than him, but I think that they're going to try to make Shedeur a practice squad quarterback, right? They're going to go full out to humbling that young man, that young confident man, right? And they don't. You think the Browns really want to win games? The Browns haven't won anything ever. They might have won one or 2 playoff games, right? That's probably wrong, but I can't remember the last time they won a playoff game. I think they won a playoff game with Baker Mayfield, one playoff game, and I can't remember any other things, anything that they won. When's the last time they won an AFC championship? Never. It's been, I don't know what they've done, right? But they haven't had any success in a good long time, a really good long time. The Browns aren't in the business of winning. So I hate to be the bearer of bad news for the Shedeur camp. I say be happy that you got drafted. And if you get cut, you could go to another team and show out, right? But I hope you do show out. I hope Shedeur puts the NFL on its head. But I'm not too sure if he's ever going to get that chance. He might not even get the chance to see the football field. It'll be crazy if he doesn't even play in the preseason. Because how are they going to do the preseason? They're going to put him in with the worst players of the Browns, possibly. Because you know they're going to give the higher draft pick a higher stance. You know that. And the Browns have a ton of quarterbacks. And then they still have a starting quarterback. That is one hell of an uphill battle. But drafting him in the 5th round, that's extremely great value. The value is insane. Any other team could have drafted him in the 4th round or before the Browns in the 5th round. They could have drafted him in the 3rd round and had a brilliant second quarterback, a backup quarterback, until it's time for him to start. You know, he could have been studying and learning the game for that long. And then if your team is going to be terrible, you don't even have to spend a draft pick to get a quarterback of an unknown. He could have been with your organization for a good long time and been learning and picking up the playbooks and developing. No, you want to play politics though, NFL. That's just how it goes. You know, the NFL rather play politics, rather discipline a player instead of win games. You know, obviously he's a good kid. He's not a knucklehead, right? He's not somebody who's going to have off the field issues. So you don't have to worry about anything like that. You have to worry about how confident he is. You have to worry about, he's not going to play. He's not going to do what you want him to do, even if it means losing because he already has money. He already has a name. That's BS. That's BS, especially to go 4th round. That's just crazy. That's crazy. But yeah. Side note, ESG did have another tournament. Now, I'm not talking about it big because I didn't get a chance to play because I had to work. I had to work. Got to support the fam. And I knew I wasn't going to be around to play as much as I wanted to or as much as I did the last time. So I didn't get a chance to play. But I heard all great things. I was in chats. I was talking to people. I heard really good things about the game still. Nobody was crapping on the game, saying it's terrible. There's things to fix, which things will get fixed, of course, because it's a beta. Things happen. They're testing all types of formulas and programming and whatnot. They want to make sure there's no bugs and all that. So they are doing as much as they can when they can. So, you know, they're developing the game. They are developing the game. And from what I hear, the game is still fire. So more on that throughout the week. Keep it locked on your boy. Make sure you subscribe and all that. Make sure you hit the notification bell on all. You know, YouTube be playing with me. They don't send out my notifications. You know, it's all in the algorithm. You have to hit that bell on all. You can't put it on personal. You can't put it on some or whatever the case is. You can't just subscribe, unfortunately. You got to put it on all. You got to put it on all if you want to get all my content. Just how it goes down. But yeah, so ESG looking like a banger. So more on that throughout the week. Let's move subjects because it's terrible that they're trying to humble Shedeur the way they will. He's gonna have a long uphill battle. They might even start making up stuff on that boy. That's terrible. But he should show out. He should show out, especially with the Browns. But yeah, so that movie Sinners, though, that movie Sinners was amazing. What? That movie was so good. I might go see it again. I'm not too sure. I might go see it again because all of the symbolism that was jam-packed in that movie. Man, there was so much symbolism in that game. That movie. That dude, Michael B. Jordan, phenomenal actor. How many roles has he played where you're like, damn, I like that character. He did such a good job. Michael B. Jordan is like one of the better actors in Hollywood. And I'm not just saying that just to say that. I seriously think he's one of the better actors in Hollywood. He has so much charisma on the screen. The boy, such a good actor. He could act his ass off. And I think he's from New Jersey, Holland. You know, shout out to New Jersey. So the movie Sinners, I can't spoil it for you guys, but it's a really good movie. And it's not just a good movie in terms of filmography, which that was good. All the scenes were great. The locations amazing. The cinematography, what I meant to say, was amazing. The costumes, the era, all of these things felt and was so good. Definitely, definitely go out and watch Sinners. When I went, it seemed like the crowd was loving it. We had, people were clapping during the movie and after the movie. People were clapping. So that's to let you know how good it was or good it is. The theater was basically packed on a Sunday in the afternoon. I went at like 3 o'clock to go see it. That was another reason why I couldn't play in the tournament, because I had to work and I had to go see that movie, right? So yeah, great movie. I don't want to give anything away, but it was a really good movie, very different, very creative, well done. All the acting was good. It's funny as hell. It's also funny as hell, right? And there's so many deep meanings in that movie. Definitely go check that out. And I may not seem like it, but I'm a little bit of a movie buff. I like to go to the movies. I like to watch movies. There's not just one type of movie that I like to see. I'll see any kind of movie as long as it's good. It's good. Sinners is good. It's a really good movie. Definitely go check that out. And as soon as I get this sun out of my eye and I don't have this glare on my screen, I'm gonna get back to all your comments, Christian, if you're still with me, baby. Let's go. Let's go. I had an okay weekend, man. I got caught out in the rain. At least I had a hoodie on. At least I had a hoodie on. But the rain did its thing. When I say did its thing, it took away all my allergies. What? Pollen was crazy over the weekend. It was crazy this whole week. My eyes was itching, nose slightly runny, roof of my mouth was all itching, you know. So yeah, definitely the rain came down and brought everything down with it, and I was happy about that. So and I was out working. And when it rains, you get more orders. Your boy do Uber Eats. And I ain't ashamed to say it, because on average I make about $22 an hour or even more. And that's hard to find a flexible part-time job that you're gonna make that amount. And some days I'm making a little less, of course, but some days I'm making even more. Right? Some nights I'm making like damn near $30 an hour, $25 an hour. So it's worth it for me. All right. So Christian says my football. Oh, I already read that. I saw Duke Carter ask LT for his number, and LT said no. Does yes? Abdul Carter's speed. I did it again. Speed does convert a little bit to power, but um, that only counts for the pass game. The run game, you're not really using your speed a whole lot on that edge, right? Only inside linebackers, their speed is going to account for power. And on the edge, he does get pushed around a little bit. If he don't get to an area fast enough, he does get pushed around a little bit. He needs a little bit more weight. He needs to gain about 30 more pounds, in my opinion, of muscle, if that's possible. 30, 20 more pounds. And that would definitely help out his game immensely, but it might make him a little slower. But 30 more pounds of power, strength, he would. Then I'll be like, okay, he might be unstoppable, but we'll see. Yeah, Cam Skateable is a dog. He's a super dog, man. That boy, I'm telling you, that's our best pick. He's going to be plug and play right away. He don't go down, and he wants to hit people. As long as he don't get hit by a lineman, as long as he don't get hit by a 300 plus pound lineman, right? He gonna be all right. I've seen footage where he's going down, and he freaking dives forward just to hit somebody. Oh, I love that. I love his game. Shedeur, that's my dog. He's going to be a crowd pleaser. Him and Tracy might be a crazy good 1-2 punch for the Giants. Crazy 1-2 punch for the Giants backfield. What and the Giants run offense, their blocking was actually okay. Was actually okay last year. So, and we've gotten a little bit better on the offensive line. Um, and it's essentially basically the same offensive line as last year, basically. So we should be okay, even though we're going to have a really tough schedule. We have a very tough schedule. So, but Shedeur is going to be a clear highlight in the draft right from the start. Right from the start, I think Abdul Carter is going to be some plays he's going to be a highlight. Other plays he's going to get knocked on his ass, or he's going to be on the ground. He's too much on the ground for me. I didn't bring that up, but he's too much on the ground for me. Abdul Carter, Jackson Dart, we're not even going to see him this year, hopefully. So clearly, our running back, he's going to be the main star, in my opinion. Yeah. Christian is like, I think the only reason the Browns even drafted Shedeur was because the owner stepped in and made them pick him. They did not look happy to get him, and they traded up to get him. That's interesting that they traded up to get Shedeur, right? And I meant to bring that up too, that they traded up to get Shedeur, but you're telling me they didn't even look happy. That's crazy. That's crazy, Christian. Thank you for adding that. I wish I would have saw that earlier, but I was driving and I had my points to make. My bad, dude. But thank you for those points. So yeah, it could have been the owner, or well, yeah, it could have been the owner, but not in a good way. Meaning, he could have got a phone call from their organization, because the NFL is a nonprofit organization. Right, so if they could have got a call and say, "Yeah, now you got to draft Shedeur. Now we pick you to draft Shedeur. So go ahead and draft Shedeur." But obviously he's uphill. He's not going to get a real shot to start and play. He's with the Browns, and not only is he with the Browns, he might be the third or fourth string quarterback. His talent level, he should be damn near starting, but it's crazy. They having a great draft before that pick. I agree. They went all in the trenches. They were having a good draft. And, if Shedeur works out, they might have a phenomenal draft. To get his value at the 5th round is ridiculous. Ain't no shame in Uber Eats. Shoot, in this economy, I probably need to deliver some groceries. Hey, Christian, bro. Listen, this economy right now, you're right, it's just, we're going to talk about economy, man. It's going to turn into a totally negative video. You know what I mean? And I got to get going. It's not looking good. They're going to want to replace everyone with AI. I wonder if they're going to replace the drivers with AI, because that's the one thing that AI might be able to do well and not mess up too much. But you need some kind of something to deliver the food. So you're going to use robot vehicles, and they're going to cause traffic. Oh my God. But that's far and away, I hope. But yeah, no, how the economy is, they're trying to replace everybody with AI so they can save some money, and Uber Eats, they really try to take advantage of you, so we'll see how it goes. But yeah, there's some good money to be made in Uber Eats. And my area is oversaturated with drivers, however, and you can still get some good orders. Like I say, at times, especially Sundays, nobody likes to work on a Sunday, but there's a lot of orders on Sunday. There's high demand on Sunday all throughout the summer. So I go out there and work on Sunday. Last night, I worked only 3 hours and made close to $80. 3 hours, no, 2.5 hours and made almost $80. That's good money. I'm sorry. That's good money. There's no shame in that. We all about the money, right? Shoot. So that's why I'm at it. But anyway, I got to close this up. I got a lot of work to do at work. My good morning drive was a little early. Normally, this is the time I kind of start my good morning drive around 9 o'clock. So I started it early because I got to get to work early today. Big projects going down. Big things happening. Big things happening on the channel this week. Definitely check out. I'm gonna try to have a video a day, all the way until Saturday. As long as I got the energy for it. I might not have a video coming on Wednesday because I have to work until like maybe 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock on Wednesday. Ugh, terrible. But maybe I'll live stream in the morning. I don't know. We'll see. All right, you guys have a great one. Thank you for coming through. Make sure you hit that like on your way out. Please subscribe, do all that stuff. Keep it locked on the channel. I got all types of content coming at you. You guys have a great one. Christian, you're a real one. You're a real one. I'm gonna make you a mod. I think I already made you a mod, but I'm gonna make you a mod if I didn't. And you guys have a great one. All right. Much respect, love, all that stuff. You guys have a great one. Peace.